out of respect to their paradigm, I would not have ordered those in them. See what I'm saying? But I didn't see them. I didn't know they were coming along. I didn't see it. What's real deep is when that happens, and then you have to try to explain yourself, which I'm going to touch on in a minute. Everybody say this: knowing thyself, and being thyself, are two different things. That's so important to understand. Knowing yourself and being yourself are two different things, brothers and sisters. So I don't ever try to tell a person who don't know who they are to be themselves, because that can be a dangerous thing, man. I quickly learned, brothers and sisters, that people, check this out, and I want to say this slowly so y'all will grab this, because you really need what I'm about to say here. People who really have no stake in my life, other than seeming free to tell me how to live mine, somehow have an opinion about me. Now I wrote that, meaning me. Like I said, I'm speaking from my own spirit. Let me say it so that you can apply it to you. People who really have no stake in your life, other than seeming to feel free to tell you how to live your life, always have an opinion about you. Did y'all get that? They ain't got no stake in your life. If they were to drop dead now, it wouldn't make a difference in your life. You follow what I'm saying? But yet they always feel the right to have an opinion about you. Now everybody say, that's all right. That's all right. That's fine. That's okay. I mean, you know, people have a right to their opinion. Can I get enough say? And what's more is people feel free to tell me and others about their opinion of me or of you. Am I making sense? The problem is, brothers and sisters, check this out now. The problem is this: when someone else's opinion about you, based in whatever level of ignorance their opinion is, affects your life. You can't stop people from having an opinion about you. And when people's opinion about you affects your life, and you can't sleep, and you start sweating, and your head getting active because of the person's opinion about you, you know what they tell me? They tell me that you don't know yourself. That's what that means. You see, in other words, family, in order for you to be stable, you have to know you. Because otherwise, people whose lives are miserable will make your life miserable. Because see, miserable people can't take it when they see you happy. They can't face it. They really can't. So when they look at you and they see peace on your face, choir rehearsal one night, and the sopranos weren't singing. And I started getting upset. I said, sing, y'all! And they looking at me. I said, why ain't y'all singing? Why ain't y'all singing? And one of the sopranos said, because Pastor, your left eye ain't closed. I said, what do you mean my left eye ain't closing? I couldn't feel it wasn't closing. And they said, your left eye not closing when you got your eye. So, one of the, symptomatic of a stroke or anything, I went and looked in the mirror in here, and I got in the mirror and blinked, and only one eye blinked, and the other one stayed open. And so I told one of the members, I said, y'all take me to the hospital. One rush in case I'm having a stroke or whatever. So they got there and they found out, they said I had Bell's palsy. And it just so happened that the nurse in the emergency room, one side of her face was shut down too. She had Bell's palsy. But she had her face shut down for the last 10 years. So she got happy. She did. She got happy. You know why she got happy? Because she saw somebody else with her condition. And she said to me, I'm looking at her face, one side of her face is drooping right. She said, you got what I got. I said, you a lie. You a lie. Chair in front of television, get my face back right. I refused that, man. No, Lord, not what I saw. No, and that's the attitude you have to take, brothers and sisters, when people with negative energy and people who don't know themselves come to you. So what they'll do is they'll bring you with a whole lot of stuff. They ain't got nothing to do with you. And if you ain't careful, they'll suck you right in, and the smile that you once had will become a frown. And you'll come through the door, and I'll be to look over to somebody and say, what's wrong with her? What's wrong with him? You see, family, when you get to know yourself, you will find that some people literally do not have minds, follow this now, some people do not have minds that handle abstract thought very well. So to expect them to be able to grasp that you are not them is to expect something from them that they're not capable of doing. Just this week, I was in a conversation with someone, and they were getting all upset because their response was, well, it seems to me that if they really felt that way, they would do this. And I said to them, I said, one of the biggest mistakes we make in life is honestly thinking that other people operate on our paradigm. Look at the person next to you and say, I must learn that my paradigm is my paradigm. And that's okay. Understand that. It's okay for your paradigm to be your paradigm. The problem comes is when other people don't do what your paradigm wants done, and then you get get upset with them. Okay? You see, some people really don't understand that their paradigm is not a world standard. Does that make sense, y'all? In fact, say that. Say, I must understand that my personal paradigm is not a world standard. Don't ever forget that. Many people just don't seem to have that certain skill that helps our brains grasp the ambiguity of what other people are. And I'll be honest with you. What I'm sharing with you now, family, I have to grow to what I'm saying. As a spiritual leader, as a pastor, as a teacher, over people, I have to literally grow to the point that I'm saying right now. To as I really understand, okay, that some people's ambiguity just ain't gonna fit my brain. Now, what I mean by ambiguity? Uncertainty. You don't know where they're coming from. We call them wishy-washy. Yeah. Y'all get that? Yeah. See, I used to get upset with wishy-washy people. And I learned the only person that's hurting here is me. I'm stressing out. My blood pressure is going up because I'm dealing with a wishy-washy person. Now, who's the fool? You are. Right, I am. I'm about to send myself into an aneurysm dealing with somebody's wishy-washiness. Look at somebody and say, you can't do that. No, don't do that. To expect people to understand, check this out, y'all. To expect people to understand things that they are not capable of understanding. Did y'all get that? Let me say it again. To expect people to understand things that they are not capable of understanding is the same as being angry because your 6-year-old child didn't understand calculus. To expect people to understand things that they are not capable of understanding is the same thing as getting angry with your 6-year-old child because they're not understanding calculus. Okay? You see, family, this is how we must approach life. This is the key to getting along with others. We must approach life with the understanding that most people, now grab what I'm saying, most people cling to some sense of stability or some sense of order in the chaos of their world. Some of you that's been here, you can bear witness. How many times you've heard me say, the people here are just so complacent. People here are just so complacent. And the Creator and the ancestors have to deal with me about that. And help me understand. Like I said, I had to grow to this point. It's not necessarily complacency as much as it is stability. Am I making sense, y'all? In other words, when you're dealing with people who got a lot of chaos in their world, the last thing they need is uncertainty. Okay? So here you have people who, even though they've been holding on to what the Roman Catholic Church created in the 4th century, that has become their stability. Am I making sense? Yes, sir. Okay, it's some sort of stability in their world of chaos. And then here comes this little dude from the East Coast who gonna come along and say stuff that folks ain't heard before and expect them to just back away from the thing that has given them some sense of stability. Am I making sense? Yes, it just don't work like that.
Tonight with Wawa's Spicy Jalapeno Ranch. Get it before it's gone. Gotta have a Wawa.
We must understand that some people are in their life until they're ready to let go of it. And the reason why they're unable to let go is for fear of plummeting headlong into a world turned upside down by a hell-bound existence. That fear factor, man. This is the key to understanding people in general. Did y'all grab what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You see, once you come to the point, family, of knowing yourself, rather than expect others to understand you and accept you, then your goal, grab this. Once you come to the point of knowing yourself, rather than expecting others to understand you and accept you, then that will enable you to help them to respect you and your right to be you, as long as being you does not cause harm or injury to others. Was that too long? Okay? I want to be sure y'all grab that now. Want me to say it again? Okay, here we go. Once you come to the point of knowing yourself, right? Rather than expecting others to understand and accept you. See, many of us are so preoccupied with trying to get other people to accept us. We're so preoccupied with trying to get other people to understand us. That's not what's important. What's important is that you know yourself. And once you know yourself, those who don't understand you or accept you, it's okay, because your focus now becomes helping them to respect you. Not accept you, but to respect you. Okay? See, this is what I'm talking. See, this is where my focus is in trying to heal the community. See? In other words, y'all, it's not really important that people accept you. What's more important is that they respect you. And even if a person does not understand you, even if a person does not accept you, if you carry yourself in a certain way, they might not understand you, but doggone it, they'll respect you. Yes, they will. I've actually had pastors even say to me, man, I don't know what that message you're talking about. But one thing I can say about it, Doc, you know, you all right, brother. That's some deep stuff. I'd rather hear that. I'd rather hear that you see that I am an okay person than trying to grab everything that has taken me all these years of research to grab. You follow what I'm saying? You know why? Because if you know that I'm an okay person, sooner or later, I can help you to understand what I understand. But if you think I ain't an okay person, me and you ain't gonna ever have a conversation. Am I making sense? Now, let me get down to the issue here. Where am I looking at on the clock? 8 minutes. I got 8 minutes because I'm about done with that, I think. Everybody say this, knowing thyself. Now, here we go. We always talk about know thyself, know thyself, know thyself. Over the doors of every doorway in Kemet, you see the Kemetic symbol, which means man, know thyself. Man, know thyself. We talk about man, but let me tell y'all something about knowing yourself. Knowing yourself is painful. Let me say it again. Knowing thyself is painful. Let me tell you why it's painful. Knowing thyself is about dealing with the fear, the ignorance, the confusion, the anger, the sadness, the love, the hate, the need, the hurt in other people who want you to be what they want you to be. Okay? Or doing the things that they want you to do. It's about finding your direction in your life. See, that's the problem. Too many people are trying are here. It's about dealing with your expectations of yourself. Whoa! Grab this now. It's about dealing with your expectations of yourself compared to dealing with other people's expectations of you. Do y'all know how many expectations people put on us? Well, I expect you to do this. I expect you to do that. I expect you to do that. And what's really deep about it is when you have to live with unspoken expectations. What do you mean, Pastor Ray, when you say unspoken expectation? That's when, for example, you meet somebody, right? And you engage into a relationship with this person, and then all of a sudden one day you go over this person's house or whatever, you see this person, and they got an attitude with you. And you want to know why. What's the matter? Okay? And they say something like, you ain't called me. Okay? Now, it's some deep stuff because you never made it plain to me that you expected for me to call you. You see how we just take people for granted? Am I making sense? Okay? And we place expectations on people automatically. You know why? Because that's our paradigm. Again, back to the concept where a person says, well, it seems to me like if you would do this as such and such and such. And the thing is, well, that's how it seems to you. Right. Am I making sense? Yes, I was talking to a couple, I guess maybe about 4 months ago now, and he was explaining to me, he said, man, I love to read. I just love to read. I love to read. Every day I got a book in my hand. But since I married this woman, I ain't picked up a book yet. You follow what I'm saying? In other words, he was trying to meet her expectation of him. You got me? And in trying to meet her demand for time and attention, he stopped reading. You see how this works? He never explained to her, I need to read. So therefore, she didn't know how to adjust her demands on him. It became a cancer in their relationship. Knowing thyself is about how much you owe yourself to live your life. Knowing thyself is about knowing how much you owe yourself to live whose life? Your own life. It's about finding those things that make you happy. It's about finding those things that bring you peace, that makes you accept yourself. It's about dealing with loss. It's about dealing with the joy of discovery. It's about dealing with the fear of the unknown. It's about taking risks and making mistakes. That's what knowing yourself is all about. It's about you taking control of whose life? Your own life. It's about you taking control of your life instead of letting others control your life with their expectations and obligations they place upon you. Knowing yourself means that you don't have to explain yourself. Write this down. Write it or say it. I don't care how you do it. Say this. Never explain.
Never explain.
Let's say it again. Say never explain.
Never explain.
Now say this. Your friends don't need it.
Your friends don't need it.
And your enemies ain't going to bleed you anyhow. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
So knowing thyself means that you don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to defend yourself, or you don't have to apologize for yourself because others can't understand and accept you. Rather, check this out now, rather, if you choose to explain yourself, it's only out of a compassion for the ignorance of those who think that you don't have it together. Did that make sense, y'all? If you choose to explain yourself, it's only out of a compassion for the ignorance of those who don't think you have it together because you're not operating within the parameters of their paradigm. So know thyself. As I close, be prepared to find out things about yourself that you ain't gonna like. Telling y'all now. And then be prepared to find out things about you that you do like. Knowing thyself, be ready to make changes.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Yes. Be ready to see things in a new way. Be ready to do things that others won't or can't understand or accept. In other words, family, know thyself. And then once you get to know thyself, be thyself.
Yes.
And then once you learn to be thyself, be at peace with thyself. And I promise you, if you do this, your body will heal itself.
Yes. Yes.
Ashe. should be